You like that? You like that mouth sound?
I got a pumpkin one because it's October.
Ew.
It is not. It's not good. Yeah. It tastes kind
Don't
of
do
like,
that.
yeah, it tastes like pumpkin.
I didn't know you were so basic, Tal.
Oh, I'm basic.
You ever see stuff you can't explain?
This came from somewhere else.
They're all going against the wind.
Life elsewhere in the universe is virtually a certainty.
CIA monkey business.
That was awful strange.
Again, let me tell you, Art, answer the wild card line. My boyfriend is in a small plane north of Las Vegas, ready to fly into Area 51. He's been trying to call you by cell phone. And here he is. You're on the air. Hello.
Hello there. Is this Art Bell?
Yes, sir, it is.
Well, I've been flying now for about 49 minutes here between Beatty, is that what you call it, and Engine Spring. And I figure I'll just go on up here and try to get into this Area 51. I'm right south of this Nevada test site, or Nellis Air Force Base.
Listen.
And I'm right outside this restricted zone.
Listen to me. When you fly into that zone,
Yeah.
they are going to either force you down or shoot you down. Don't you know that?
Well, you know, I've been in a lot of Air Force bases, and I've been in the Air Force for many years. I'm an ex-Air Force, but I'm just going to tell you that, you know, as American citizens, we have the right to know what's up there in this Area 51. And I've been listening to you boys talk about this. Hold on here, I'm making a turn. And,
You're in the restricted zone now?
I just crossed that restricted zone. I'm going to drop the thing down.
I'm telling you, you're going to get shot down.
Hold on here now. I'm pretty low now. I'm starting to pick up all kind of buildings down here. I see something here is level with the ground, and they're opening this thing up. There looks like something's coming up out of that. I can't tell you what it is. It must be on some kind of a. Hold on here. I gotta make this turn.
All right.
I think this little boy's gonna head up here for me.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, he's going to be up here right directly because he's in the F-16, sure as hell. He's coming to hold on.
I would advise you to turn your...
We can do this.
I would advise you to turn on your radio.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. We can do this now. Come on here. Hold on, this old boy's coming up here. Now, he's got his lights. He's got his lights on and he's flashing me.
Yeah, he's probably...
All right, I'm waving at him. No radio, no radio. No radio, he don't know that.
Well, if I were you, I'd turn it on.
Folks are listening to Art Bell, because everybody listens to Art Bell.
Well, maybe if you're making...
I gotta get some air.
You're making a bad calculation, because if they're not listening, you're going to be shot down.
I don't know what he's going to do here. He's rocking his wings at me right now. He's rocking his wings, and he's cutting in front of me. And you know, this, oh, don't cut in front of me now, because if he cuts that close, stay off. And, oh, hell, they're doing something. They're shooting at me now. Oh, God. No, baby, I'm going in. I think I'm going in.
Oh, God. No, these flyboys crack me up.
Welcome to Take Me to Your Dealer, everyone.
Hey, this is Take Me to Your Dealer. I am Long Dick.
That's Long Dick. I'm Talia. What the fuck did we just listen to?
Yeah, you know, we listen to a true fucking patriot is what we listen to, okay? We listen to a man of honor. You know, everybody take note, because we do have the right to know what's going on, and our tax dollars do pay for this shit.
Nope. So, actually, that's like not true at all. Like, you don't have a right to know actually what's going on in Area 51. Unfortunately, you can't just fly over in a fucking plane and hope that you can see a glimpse of some super secret shit. That's crazy. And with your radio off. But yeah, that's what that fella was hoping to do, and
yeah,
why not?
And fucking Art Bell just shaking his damn head the whole time, I'm sure. Like, damn, I really have to listen to this man die here. Great.
I don't know. I feel like he kind of was like, yeah, you better not. But if you're gonna, just keep it going.
Keep
Keep it
going.
rolling,
Great.
people.
Great for ratings.
Yeah. Yeah. So clearly today we're going to be talking about Area 51.
Yeah. I like how confident he was about us not having national security secrets. He said secrets don't make friends. That's what he said.
That's a strong point.
Yeah, that's the only point. It's the only point of that call.
That's the only point.
Do we know if that's like the actual Area 51 siren, by the way? Like, is there any confirmation on that? Like, has anybody else heard that siren and been like, oh, that's Area 51 siren?
I mean, it feels a little hokey to me. Like, I don't know if I would. Yeah, I don't think that call's real. It sounds way too fake. It sounds like a fake
How do you get
siren.
cell service up there? How did he have cell service in like fucking 1998 or whatever the hell it was? Like, what year was that? Do you remember? Like late 90s or something. Yeah, no, you
like
don't.
The 40s,
fucking, that's like a primitive. Yeah, it's like a primitive fucking cell phone. How do you get service all the way up? Like, no, I don't know.
And that accent can't be real. Can't be real. Too thick.
Very thick. He was laying it on thick. I think
he was laying it on
for the show. That was his big break. Because it was like his girl. The story is that his girlfriend called into Art Bell first and was like, hey, you need to pick up the phone because my boyfriend is trying to get a hold of you. Like, he's flying over Area 51 right now. Like, I don't know what the fuck he's doing or what he's thinking, but please talk some sense into him, basically. You know?
Right.
So
now I'm not trying to I'm not trying to start a whole new conspiracy theory here, but his girlfriend's name was Jill. And that also happens to be the name of the Venusian who hitched a ride to Earth with Valiant Thor when he met the senators.
Oh my God.
So it could be the same
Everything's
Jill.
Connected, dude. Yeah. Okay. I'm convinced 100%. Jill is not a very common name. It's not a very common name at all.
I don't know a single Jill.
I actually don't think I know a Jill either. Jill is a psyop name.
Done.
Yeah.
Done.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So we're talking about Area 51, dude. Area 69, actually.
Yeah.
Is what it
Area
should be
69.
called. Area 420.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, it's a secret U.S. Air Force military installation located at Groom Lake in southern Nevada. It's administered by the Edwards Air Force Base in Southern California, I guess. We've heard of that little base before. That little guy.
It's like, I mean, saying it's secretive is such an understatement. It is literally the most secretive location in the entire world. It's the only place in the entire world that you can't even capture it on satellite imagery. The only place.
Nope.
It's crazy secure. When the government started it, they started buying up all the land around it and erasing roads that led to it on maps. So it doesn't exist anywhere.
Yeah, and the government doesn't even acknowledge it as like a secret base. It's not like, oh yeah, that's our secret base there. It's like, nope, it's just nothing.
It's a black hole.
It's a literal black hole.
And they kept it that way until in 2005. I mean, because we've been hearing about it for a while. We'll get into some reasons we heard about it later on, some specific figures we might have learned it from. But really, because of the Freedom of Information Act, files pertaining to Area 51 were requested in 2005. And then nothing happened until 2013. But in 2013, the CIA publicly acknowledged that it is a real place. It's not fictional. There is, in fact, a very secretive base there. And they also had to disclose a bunch of documents only related to why it was created and like very early projects. So everything currently happening there or like currently in the past couple of decades is still totally secret. We have no idea whatsoever.
Right.
But we've got some ideas at least on why it was started. I mean, some ideas, very loose ideas.
Oh, it's the loosest butthole of a story you can even imagine. It's so fucking hard to find accurate information about it as well. And
Yeah.
again, there's a certain special sports model of dude that made all this kind of come to light here. So yeah, we'll talk about that later. Basically, the site actually became known as Area 51 because of its like designation on a map or something. Because I was like, oh, why is it even called Area 51? Like, what does that even mean? And it's I guess according to the Atomic Energy Commission, the map is like designated and sectioned off into like numbered squares or something, but it wasn't actually 51, it was 15. So they did the old like switcheroo just to, make things a little bit more convoluted, because that's, how
like the idea was that there couldn't possibly be an Area 51. So that's why they like flipped it. Like it couldn't go to, I don't know. This doesn't make any sense.
Can't even go that high,
but that's what they say.
It's wild.
I don't know what that means.
So it's also referred to as Dreamland, the airspace specifically. So the airspace is referred to as Dreamland, which is a little like silly. I don't know. Why would you call it
even sillier is that the actual location was referred to as Paradise Ranch in order to get people to want to work there. And that's why sometimes you'll hear it referred also to as like the ranch.
Just the ranch. Right. They got ranch hoses spewing in everybody's face. I don't know what I'm talking about here. Yeah. So today there are 24 hangars. There's 4 runways, there's dorms, there's a radar tower, there is an explosion-proof building. But back in the 50s, it was very minimal facilities.
Right.
And it actually all kind of like boomed in the 80s, right before, again, a certain someone sort of, dropped the little hint on it.
It's Bob Lazar. We're going to be getting into Bob Lazar later, guys. We're really excited about it. It's Bob Lazar.
It's Bob Lazar. I've been dying to say his name. He deserves to be heard.
It's always been Bob.
It's always been Bob. Everyone is Bob. We're all Bob. Okay, cool. So that's a little bit of what it is. Oh, I wanted to talk about the camo dudes. It's guarded by the camo dudes. Did you hear about that?
Camo dudes.
They are instructed to just arrest or shoot to kill. Fucking shoot to kill.
Right.
Like, no questions even. It's like if you're going there thinking you're gonna raid and like, clap alien cheeks, like think again, man. These camo dudes are ordered to shoot to kill if they feel like you're a big enough threat. So just fucking camo dudes rocking is all I'll say.
Not rocking. It's not rocking to shoot dudes on site. Like it's like the most opposite of rocking. Just for the record, don't do that. Please don't do that. So let's get into the history a little bit.
Yeah. The inception, the projects, what.
The history as told by our government and military. We'll put it that way.
Government or overlords.
Our overlords.
What they've decided to feed to us.
So it was authorized. You guys will never get this. It was authorized by Eisenhower in 1955, which is really crazy to me because you might remember from our president's episode, but Eisenhower allegedly met with the Greys in 1954 and signed the Treaty of Greada, which allowed the exchange of alien technology for human abductions. And of course, one year later, a crazy military base opens up that starts testing crazy weaponry that shoots past our technological advancements and breaks records. Okay, I'm sure that's a coincidence.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Ike. I love you. Love you for that one. Yeah, okay. So then they open up this fucking base. This guy, the CIA director at the time, what was his name? Alan Dulles or something like that, right? Alan Dulles? Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. And the Lockheed Skunk Works guy. Why was it called that? What a stupid name. My God, they couldn't have thought of anything better. Kelly Johnson. So they worked together to scout out this location. They thought that it was secretive enough. It was right in the middle of nowhere. It was Groom Lake. It was the Groom Lake area in Nevada. They scouted that out. That's where they decided to build up, the secret testing facilities. So their first project was a project called Aquatone. Okay, and the mission was to secretly
really
build
cool
a
name.
high. Yeah, I like that name. It reminds me of like a
like
90s
that one.
band or something. I was
Yeah,
thinking of like,
Aquatone.
yeah, like
Like the
Aqua the
band
band,
Aqua from
like
Barbie Girl.
Barbie Girl, yes, from Barbie Girl, yes. Um, and the mission of Barbie Girl was to secretly build a high altitude reconnaissance aircraft capable of flying over the Soviet Union undetected.
Yeah. So they basically needed it to be able to fly high enough that their radar wouldn't notice them there. And nothing we had at the time could fly that high.
Yeah, high as fuck.
So
Can you take
they
me
did
higher?
They did it. Lockheed
did it?
U2.
The U2.
Yeah.
So this was the U2. It flew higher than any other fucking plane. I told myself I wasn't going to do a Bono joke, but I have to. What if the Storm Area 51 raid was actually just like orchestrated by Bono? And it was going to be like a secret U2 concert. Like you get, like everybody gets there and it's just like fucking Bono, like playing U2 songs. Just like
people would have
started.
It would have been a massacre. People would have started killing.
Yeah, they were like, "Wait, we wanted to fucking see them aliens, not fucking Bono." And he's like, "No, I'm so
the
much
phone
better than
scam
an
all
alien."
over again.
Exactly. Yeah, he's like impregnating everybody's eyes as opposed to their.
Oh my god, it's
phones.
horrible.
Damn it, Bono.
Yeah, so they developed this Bono plane, and the Bono plane is flying over the Soviet Union. I guess it was doing what it's supposed to be doing for a little while, and the government was claiming that it was doing high altitude weather research. Is like not even a
weather
good
balloons.
excuse. Just shut up.
Weather research. What is that? What is that? We have
harder.
meteorologists. They know what they're doing. Okay, we can trust them. We don't need this.
But it wasn't high enough, and that shit got shot down. And
it did.
The government tried again to like cover it up and say it was, whatever research, and the Soviet Union just came out and was like, nope, because we got your guy here and we know what you were doing. It was humiliating.
Crazy. They captured the guy. So the guy, they were like, okay, let's test out the U2. And the guy, what's his name? Francis Gary Powers.
He was
flying in the little U2 being like, he was like, oh, I'm so cool. I'm flying in the U2. I'm going to be so invisible and spy on my Soviet brethren. And then, not his brethren, his enemies.
Right, yeah. The opposite.
So it was just like an immediate fucking failure. He was shot down immediately. He was captured. And so, basically the government had to come clean, like at the time, and be like, oh yeah, like, that's the U2 plane. And then they had to like, after that, they were like, okay, well, we need to like kind of abandon that project a little bit.
Yeah. Well, they were like, no, they were like, we need something crazier. They're like, well, this didn't work. We need something wilder.
That wasn't crazy enough. Bono didn't do the job.
Bono didn't fail. And you have to understand that, like, so basically what the government is saying is like, we need to build something so insane we've never done it before, and it fails, and they're like, okay, we need to build something even more insane. And they do. Like immediately they create the A-12 Oxcart, which could go up to Mach 3. It had like a weird circular fuselage. Like everything about this plane is things we've never had before. It's insane.
Fucking so fast, so round.
Fucking round, first of all. I mean, it's round. Just like, it's an insane jump in technology, and it just happened so damn fast.
Yeah, we just like, very innovative, like humans are just so smart.
No, we're not that smart, man. And then from there, they just immediately jumped to the Blackbird, which it immediately did the fastest manned flight on record. I think it's still the fastest manned flight on record today. And this is in like what, the 60s we're talking now, the 70s? I mean, this is just
what is
nuts.
It, like 2,000 fucking miles per hour? Like, or faster?
I don't know, it's so damn fast, man. It's so fast.
So fast. Well, it's crazy because remember Kenny Arn, we did a little special mini probe, or what are we calling it? A bunk snack.
A little bunk snack on Kenny Arn from Hot UFO Summer 1947. We're transporting back a couple of decades here. Yeah. And those are going, what, like 1,200?
1,200, man. Like that's pretty fast. But I mean, this shit was going, like 2,000. So I mean, yeah, it just makes sense that we would have the craft, the alien craft, learn from it, take parts from it, you know? It just, sorry, I'm getting a little ahead of myself.
I know. I
I'm
mean, what
really
you're trying to
excited
sell us
about this.
basically is that we just immediately started developing the best technology in the world over and over and over again. We just couldn't stop upping ourselves every time. And
dudes can't
that
stop
just
rocking,
sounds dumb.
is what we said.
That just sounds dumb to me.
Nope.
Yeah. So also, this stuff was going so fast that pilots who would like witness the flights, or like if anyone was like seeing it on the ground, it would immediately be like, oh, that's a fucking UFO. Because
oh my God, yeah. So
nothing
they were
like that
right
has ever
next
happened
to the
before.
they were right next to well, the closest base was the Nellis Air Force Range, I guess. And yeah, so those pilots they're like all on record saying that they saw fucking like so many, like dozens of the A-12s. But they were actually like forbidden from flying over Dreamland, the airspace of Area 51.
Right.
It actually, so it became restricted in January of 1962. It wasn't like officially restricted before that, but it became restricted once they were, you know, kind of developing all this other shit. And so, yeah, any pilots from the nearby bases that would like happen to fly over because they didn't know, or they were like just curious or whatever, they would be like immediately grounded and interrogated, forced to sign NDAs. They were like, you better not fucking tell anybody what you saw here, bitch. Like, I don't know,
exactly like that. Yeah. And then from here they ended up one-upping themselves again, and they developed the Lockheed Have Blue in 1977. It flew its first test flight at the Groom Lake base. And this one's even crazier because now it's wrapped in a sort of, I don't know, metal, that sort of technology that allows it to deflect radar. So this is the first radar deflecting plane we have, which is a crazy idea that they had
before.
And then from there, we developed the F-117 Nighthawk. So, I mean, you guys can see the trend here. It just keeps getting crazier and crazier.
Getting better and better, baby. It's better and better. Or no, just total human engineering, just human genius. That's what it is. Just human innovation. There was also a craft called the M21. And I was thinking, because of, you know, the old switcheroo they like to do of like, you know,
M12.
Area 51 was actually Area 15. M12!
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
M12!
Yeah, I don't really know what that, I don't know what that implies, but definitely I'm on board. Yeah.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, guys. Yeah, so stay super secretive. No one has any idea this is happening. No one has really any confirmed idea that it's there, but it is there, and shit keeps getting scarier and scarier. And in 1995, there actually was a lawsuit filed that would kind of change the game here. Basically, they were doing such crazy research at Area 51 at the time that they would do weekly burns, twice weekly for 24 hours. They would burn the entire testing site that they were working on. All the chemicals, all the materials, whatever.
Yeah, just all kinds of shit they would throw in that fucking burn pit, man. It was just like the unofficial Burning Man. The first Burning Man was at Area 51, in case you didn't know.
Yeah, and it was like super not chill because it was really gross, terrible things that are terrible for the environment. And like also, what the hell are you testing that's so sketchy that you have to fucking burn it? It's nuts.
I have a theory.
Okay, well,
I know what it is. I'll tell you later. Yeah, so basically this lawsuit was 5 unnamed civilian contractors who were working, I guess, at the base, and then the widows of the contractors, Walter Kaza and then Robert Frost. Kasha, and Robert Frost, who apparently took the road less traveled.
Okay, very good.
Do you get that reference, Tal?
Please, yes. Please continue.
Anyway, yeah, so they sued the Air Force and the EPA saying that they were contaminated and the people fucking died from weird ass chemicals. And basically, the Air Force and the EPA didn't do their fucking job. They didn't enforce the proper handling of the weird toxic chemicals and the shit that was being burned.
I also saw that the two people tried to bring in their own protective equipment too, and they said that it would have been a security issue.
Oh, great!
Which what?
Okay,
that's crazy.
Cool. Can I just protect myself a little bit?
No. It's a security issue. You're not allowed.
Yeah. They wanted to know what the materials were so that they could, get like proper care. Like they could tell the doctor, like, hey, I'm fucking contaminated with all this shit. And the government was just like, nope,
nothing.
And then fucking enter Slick Willie, aka Bill Clinton.
Slick Willie. Yeah. So,
Slick Willie.
Obviously we have some environmental issues going on here. I mean, there's also the lawyer who's trying to get this case in court, who has to deal with the fact that he's trying a location that doesn't exist for people who are dying because of, or who had died because of what they've done to them.
They call it the Air Force's operating location near Groom Lake. That's what they call it, as opposed to Area 51.
Shut up. It sucks. So obviously this case doesn't work, but it was also, bringing to light the fact that they're, ruining the fucking environment with whatever they're doing. And so now they're subject to EPA issues and testing. Yeah. And so Slick Willie signs an executive order that prevents any of those environmental testing results that the EPA is doing from being released.
Wait, what if the toxic chemicals were just Bill's semen?
Why would they burn it?
Because it's so toxic. It's so dangerous.
Past that one. So what's so crazy here is that this executive order lasts for a year, which means that whatever the hell they were doing over there, whatever they were burning, whatever is so secretive that they have to burn it and risk killing the environment and their employees to do it, and lie to the people and figure out whatever's going on with the EPA to get there. Every single president since Slick Willie and his semen has had to do this every year, like every single year.
Why wouldn't they just make it like that? So that they don't have to do it every year. Why can't it just be like
every single person in charge is incompetent? I guess none of this makes any sense.
Yeah. Every year they have to be like pardoned, basically. Yeah, and then it's like that. So that's basically the only, besides the 2013 like revelation of it being like, okay, yes, it was a testing facility of U2. Like, okay, fine, we'll say that. But that's like the only other like government acknowledgement of Area 51 is this like pardon, basically.
Right.
This or it's actually called like the presidential determination. I don't know why or what the difference is between a pardon and a determination, but yeah, moving right along.
So basically nothing's really coming out about Area 51 that would capture the public's attention. It all sounds like hearsay and conspiracy theories. And then this happens with the EPA and the executive orders and the lawsuit. And even if anybody got their hands on that, I feel like no one would actually be interested in hearing about that anyway, because it sounds boring and very confusing and is.
Some journalists did, though, actually. So they did actually, they did make it public, apparently. And then some journalists started to write about it, and they immediately like pulled it from whatever, like,
that makes sense,
websites. It was, I don't have a lot of information about that, but I guess
there was one specific instance of someone bringing this to the public's attention and getting them freaked out. And I feel like anyone who's listened to the pod would know all about this story anyway, but hell yes, this is Big Bob.
Big Bobby. Big Bob.
Let's fucking,
let's stroke his little ego for a sec here. So basically, yes, Bobby Lazar is the reason why we know about Area 51. He fucking worked there, dude. He fucking worked there.
Yeah.
At S4 specifically. He made that public in 1989.
Mm-hmm. And we did a whole episode on this, so you guys can go back and listen to it if you're interested in the subject, which you obviously are because you're listening to this episode.
We'll touch on it
But
in case you didn't.
yeah. He basically was interviewed by George Knapp on evening television on KLAS. Specifically only Laura's mentor in journalism.
No one else's.
No one else's. And he told everyone that he's been working at Area 51 on reverse engineering alien technology, and went on to explain that all the crazy shit that he was seeing was from aliens.
Yep. He also came into contact with fucking element 115, the apparent power source of these crafts. And I guess there's 500 pounds of it at Area 51.
Could that be what they've been burning?
Oh
shit.
Just fucking element 115 and a touch of Slick Willie's Willie juice.
Great.
Yeah,
maybe
a little dash to spice it up.
Potentially.
Oh. Yeah, okay. So yeah, there's element 115. And what else? Oh yeah, John Lear corroborates Bob Lazar's story. So he actually used to work for the CIA himself. He was a very accomplished pilot. He was one of the bro dudes who actually went to S4 and kind of like watched the craft take off. That Bob Lazar he took everybody to the secret base to like watch the
like test flights
and testing.
Yeah, and we have a VHS tape of that as well.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. You should definitely look it up. Yeah, dude. But Bob Lazar, man, he's been fucking threatened. His life has been threatened. His wife has been threatened. His ex-wife. I don't even know what Bob Lazar's sexual situation is, but everybody around Bob Lazar has been threatened.
Yeah.
He also talks about
he's been
that
arrested. He's
been
charged
arrested,
with murder.
He's been stalked. Yes.
Yeah.
We talk about that a lot in our other Bob Lazar episodes. So, I mean, yeah, if you want to hear more about it. But, I mean, he's the reason. He's the reason why Area 51 is like in the public lexicon. Like it was virtually unknown before this KLAS interview. And he wasn't even Bob Lazar. Like he was fucking Dennis.
Yeah, he was going by Dennis at the time.
This interview. He had to go by
to protect his identity. Yeah, and the stuff that he talks about too, just in terms of the type of craft that he was working on. I mean, it's craft that function outside of propulsion systems that we understand. So they would be using anti-gravitational propulsion systems, something that we are so far removed from ever being able to develop in a short amount of time or in hundreds of years, probably even. It's insane technology. And these craft were using that system with element 115, but they also were, because of this type of propulsion system, able to rotate forward and then move belly forward to take off, which is the things that we have video evidence of in the recent UFO videos released by the Pentagon, which we also did an episode on. So a lot of his story ends up checking out and just kind of weaving us through the UFO lore we're currently dealing with. So he's a pretty interesting dude.
Yeah,
maybe the most interesting dude,
I would say.
Yeah, he's been vindicated.
Some would say that.
But he also, so he's not the only person that's come forward and said that he worked at Area 51. Should we get into that?
Wait, who else? Oh, wait, are you talking about? Wait, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about J-Rod.
Tell me about J-Rod.
Okay, so listen, Bob Lazar, he saw an alien there too. He says, maybe. He's like, he kind of like backtracks on it a little bit. Initially, he said he saw an alien. Right. But he does say that there were like a few aliens there they were referred to as the kids.
Yeah, they were tiny.
I don't know if that's true. They were tiny little goblin children. And so there's this story about this specific alien. Maybe we'll do like another like full dedicated episode to this because we'll do like a little bunk snack on it maybe because it is very interesting. It's very weird and scary. But apparently there's an alien there called J-Rod. Multiple people have come out recently and said that they used to also work at Area 51 and they worked with J-Rod, the alien. So one guy, he remains nameless, but he was 71 years old. He was a mechanical engineer, claims to be a former employee at Area 51 during the 50s. He claims that basically what happened was there was a crash, and recovered from this crash were 3 aliens. So one died on impact, so that they just had the body. So they were like doing just the autopsies and everything on it. One was actually sent to Los Alamos. Ding, ding, ding. That place that, our bud Bobby was first started at. And then the other one, J-Rod, was sent to Area 51. And so basically, he was like the telepathic.
Sounds a lot like the Roswell crash to me.
Yeah, but that wasn't even during the 50s. It was 1947. This was after Hot UFO Summer. So these crashes were just
the
happening
crash
all
was
the
after
time,
Hot
I guess.
UFO Summer?
It was. It was in Arizona.
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
Right.
How many aliens do we have in
this,
there?
a bunch, dude. The kids, the multiple kids, the children. So he claims that he was working on like a flying disc simulator based on the disc that was recovered from the crash. And he was working closely with J-Rod as the telepathic translator, just kind of interpreting whatever the hell, he had to say, I guess. And then another guy in 2004, Dan Burish. I guess I think that's like his fake name, but his real name is Dan Crane. I don't know why you're changing your name, Dan, but okay, you're safe with us. He claims to have worked on cloning alien viruses at Area 51.
Shit.
Yeah. And so they both describe J-Rod as being 3.5 feet tall, large head, long arms, no teeth, small nose, the typical fucking description. Right?
Yeah.
So that's, we just gave you a little taste there of what J-Rod consists of.
Yeah.
But
we'll do more. We have bunk snacks up on our Patreon, by the way. So if you're a part of our Patreon, you can find them all there. We have that one up right now on Kenneth Arnold. We'll have this one up soon on J-Rod. So if you feel like you've got the munchies and you really want to learn more about these aliens, you know where to find us.
Just take a little snack. Take a little snack break,
Yeah.
Fucking munch. Anyway, okay, so I'm done talking about fucking J-Rod. What else? What else we got?
Yeah. Well, all right. So another person that really threw Area 51 into the public was a man that called into Coast to Coast as well. Same as our pilot there in the beginning.
Yeah, nice little bookend we got here, like a little. We'll just, open it, close it with a little art
little
bell
sandwich
call,
episode for you guys.
Yeah, we just love food, man.
So hungry. I'm so hungry.
Please feed us.
So Art Bell is the host of Coast to Coast. He ran this late night talk show, and he always tried to run it as if he was trying to find the truth. So he would have people call in about various paranormal activities and kind of approached a lot of things with an open mind. And this specific episode was on just on Area 51. He wanted people to call in that had ever worked at Area 51 and tell their story. And so one of the calls he gets that night is this.
Line, you're on the air. Hello.
Hello, Art.
Yes.
Hi. I don't have a whole lot of time.
Well, look, let's begin by finding out whether you're using this line properly or not.
Area 51.
Yeah, that's right. Were you an employee or are you now?
A former employee.
Former employee.
I was let go on a medical discharge about a week ago, and I've kind of been running across the country. Oh man, I don't know where to start. They're gonna they'll triangulate on this position really, really soon.
So you can't spend a lot of time on the phone, so give us something quick.
Okay, okay, what we're thinking of as aliens are, they're extra-dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the space program made contact with. They are not what they claim to be. They have infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly the Area 51. The disasters that are coming, the military, I'm sorry, the government knows about them, and there's a lot of safe areas in this world that they could begin moving the population to now, Art.
But they're not doing anything.
They are not. They want the major population centers wiped out so that the few that are left will be more easily controllable.
Discharge.
I started getting...
Well,
Holy shit.
well, that's fucked up.
Dude, like, you just can't act that well. I don't care who the fuck you are.
No.
Like, no one acts like that.
No. So
what are you doing?
So what we just heard was, that guy was calling in to Art Bell, saying that he worked at Area 51. The call starts getting a little bit broken up at the end. And the reason it gets cut off is because the satellite that was running the station lost transmission.
The whole
satellite
transmission just fucking cut out.
The only time it's ever happened to that station.
That
only
doesn't happen.
time. And it not only cut out, like, it just dropped the call. They were off air for 20 minutes. 20 full minutes of dead air. And it went to... Art Bell didn't know this was even happening. He continued the call with him for a minute. He said the guy kept talking for like a minute or so, and he heard a loud scream, and then the call ended. But he also continued taking other calls in the meantime. He had no idea that it wasn't working.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah. And they were just like, oh, hey, like, we've actually been like off the air this whole time.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, okay, well, that's actually never happened. Apparently we totally lost signal, and that's never happened before.
Which is either the craziest coincidence that has ever happened in the entire world, or
no such thing.
I don't believe it. I think that shit was cut.
What date did this happen?
So
Tal?
This happened on September 11th of 1997.
Yeah, so this call is crazy. You heard it. You heard the emotion in the voice. You heard, just everything he was saying was, it sounds pretty fucking convincing. It's like theories that we're hearing today, too, of them being interdimensional.
Right. Like, what a weird thing to add.
Not being friendly, like fucking Tom DeLonge and Lou Elizondo and everybody's. They're like, yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
Like, they're not nice.
No, it's not chill at all. It's also just the fact for me that he said that he was released on medical, I think was really weird to me, because that's like such an odd detail to add. And it's like, if he was having a mental problem with dealing with this sort of information at Area 51, he would have been released on medical, and he would have lost his damn mind. So I don't know. It's just like that part always like kind of freaked me out, gave it a little bit more credibility to me. I don't know. Some people claim that it was a hoax. This one dude, Brian Glass, came forward and said that he was the voice behind the call.
Brian Ass.
Yeah, he's Brian Ass. He basically called into Art Bell and like a week later or something and said that it was him. And Art was like, well, try to do the voice. Let's hear it. And he got close, but it was not the same.
No, people like did voice analysis on it, and it didn't match up.
They didn't match up. It was like whatever like vocal, I don't know, like signature, like fingerprint type thing you've got with your voice didn't match up, so it couldn't possibly be him.
There's no other evidence too that proves that he was
No.
the caller. Like, there's no explanation for the satellite transmission loss.
Nothing.
There's no other evidence. He literally just says like, "Oh, it was me."
Yeah.
He.
But if you look it up, people still say that like this was debunked and this is him. But it wasn't debunked, guys. It wasn't debunked, and we're bunking you again. We're rebunking this one because this is ridiculous.
Just because someone says something doesn't mean that it's true.
Yeah, it's not.
Please learn that.
Yeah.
Of course the fucking government would try to like come in and put up somebody to be like, "Hey, you just say it was you," you know? And then it's like, yeah. You don't want to fucking have that be out there and people be questioning it like, what the hell was that? Like, that's clearly fucked up.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're going to do everything they can to put up a patsy, as you might say.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like regardless of if this one was true or if that pilot we heard in the beginning was true, like either way, it's like kind of all we know about Area 51 because they kept it so damn secret for so many years. So Bob Lazar, these callers, J-Rod, that's Area 51.
Yep.
Like that, it is real now. That's all we know.
Don't try to clap alien cheeks unless you're Bill Clinton. He's a professional. He knows what he's doing. We don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, you don't even know where to clap. You don't even know.
You don't know where to clap. You don't know how they like it. Bill knows.
Okay, great. Guys, I feel like we have to stop this episode before Laura keeps getting us in trouble with the
Before we
government.
fucking get the satellite transmission cut off.
that.
We're going to get it cut.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys have checked out our Patreon yet, but yeah, we've got those cool new bunk snacks up there. We've also got some video now since we're recording with video, so you can check those out over there. It's TMTYD pod, same as our Instagram, TMTYD pod. We'll have some cool video stuff up there as well.
I don't know, dude, with the fucking Facebook, Instagram shutdown, who knows what we'll have soon.
Well, we'll have whatever the next social media craze is.
Yeah.
So
we need to just, I'm telling you, MySpace, man. Tom was right. Tom was he's always been right.
I thought you were trying to shoot for our OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah. Well, OnlyFans was shut down too, I thought.
Oh, shit. They're closing down.
Everything's shut down.
That's not good.
All right. We got to just make our own social media. We'll do it.
Okay.
We'll do it. You guys stay tuned. But no, actually, yeah. Find us on the regular Zuck.
Yeah.
The Zuck Suck apps.
Yeah, and if you got anything else to add about Area 51, you should check us out on our Reddit page. So we love to have discussions on there.
Tell us what we're fucking wrong about. I like to be
wrong.
At. I like to be scolded.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
So why don't you school me? School me on Area 51. I don't fucking know.
All right. Well, I think you're all fully bunked on Area 51, or actually probably not really bunked at all, but I feel like actually we're probably farther from being bunked than we were before the episode, honestly. We know nothing.
Yeah, I feel more confused.
We know nothing at all.
I'm way more confused, yeah.
Cool.
All right, well, thanks for listening. I love you all.
Yeah. All right,
you
guys are great.
See you next time.
Bye.
Okay, goodbye.